Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Morell with Patriot Update, bringing you my take on the news and events that happened throughout the week. For my news segments, I like to ask my Facebook friends what they consider the #1 issue in America. This week, in addition to the continuing standoff on our debt crisis happening in D.C. and rising unemployment numbers, many of my friends are concerned that there's an issue not getting enough attention in the mainstream media, and that is the Gunrunner scandal, otherwise known as Operation Fast and Furious. My friend Julia Gregory C. summed it up best when she said, "The standoff in D.C. is robbery. Fast and Furious is murder. It's all criminal and it's all crucial, but murder trumps robbery every time." Well said, Julia. Purportedly, the Gunrunner case was directed by our own Department of Justice and Eric Holder, who told ATF agents to deliver guns into the Mexican drug cartel, where they were hoping to trace the weapons and hopefully catch the bad guys in action. Unfortunately, and not surprisingly, this operation got way out of hand, and many people were killed, including our own border agent, Brian Terry. The Department of Justice is now trying to distance themselves from Gunrunner, and many people are being thrown under the proverbial bus. According to the Ulsterman report, who's been following this case from the beginning, and I quote, "The evidence gathered raises the disturbing possibility that the Justice Department not only allowed criminals to smuggle weapons, but that taxpayer dollars may have financed these activities." The only reason I have a lot of faith in this case is because Congressman Darrell Issa from California has been leading the investigations, and he has been dogged about it. He deserves a lot of respect. Many people are comparing Gunrunner to Watergate, but as my Facebook friend David Kearns pointed out, no one was ever killed in Watergate. Stay tuned as this story progresses. In this week's segment of Pot Meet Kettle, liberals everywhere were reportedly stunned and outraged when they learned that conservative Congressman Paul Ryan ordered a $350 bottle of wine. This, of course, made headline news throughout the mainstream media. However, all of these pots were strangely silent when, according to JudicialWatch.com, their big mama pot, Nancy Pelosi, reportedly spent $2.2 million the past few years. Some of her purchases included 103 flights on Air Force aircraft, which cost about $28,000 per flight. 31 of these flights included her family members and probably a few friends too. Obviously, Miss Pelosi has never heard of Travelocity and orbits like the rest of us hardworking average Americans. Maybe we should let her know about that. But I digress. Since I started on the subject of Paul Ryan ordering a $350 bottle of wine, I think I should also add that Ms. Pelosi racked up a big number like $102,000 on food and beverage just for her fancy flights alone. Some of those beverages include
Johnnie Walker Red Scotch, Grey Goose Vodka, E&J Brandy, Bailey's Irish Cream, Maker's Mark Whiskey, Courvoisier Cognac, Bacardi Light Rum, Jim Beam Whiskey, Beefeater Gin, Dewar's Scotch, Bombay Sapphire Gin, Jack Daniel's Whiskey, Corona Beer, and several bottles of wine.
Wow. So, although I don't condone any of our politicians spending taxpayer money on $350 bottles of anything, someone has got to put the kibosh on all this Washington elitist, personal, out-of-control spending. Seriously, you guys are telling us that we've got to cut corners, which we're doing whether we want to or not. So you all need to practice what you preach. And on a very serious note, I think that all us Americans need to unite for this one. Democrats, Republicans, Libertarians, all of us, we need to get together and maybe send out a search party or an Amber Alert for all of the anti-war protesters. I'm really concerned. I don't know where they are. For the entire 8 years of Bush's presidency, they were out on street corners in droves holding their little signs that said, "Honk if you hate war. War's not the answer. Get out of Iraq. Bush is a warmonger." I mean, maybe they don't know we're still at war with Iraq and Afghanistan and Libya. And we're dropping bombs on other random countries. Maybe they don't know this. So I don't want to think this, but did they just wake up the morning Obama was elected and decide that they like war now? I don't know, but please, war protesters, if you're out there, let us hear from you. We need to know you're okay, because certainly all your passion and convictions weren't just politically motivated, right? That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned next time when I talk about my conservative Hollywood report. I'm Anne Marie Morell with Patriot Update, saying stay safe and keep the faith.